Yes, sir. Good morning. This is Sterling Grindle. You just called me. Yes, sir. Well, I spoke with you around this time last year, and whatever become of any of that? Well, I come to your office to file charges against the deputies because they committed color of law violations. That's a felony in the state of Florida under the Florida Constitution. And they denied me, and then I come and protested. I redressed my grievances, and you all said that you come out there and you encountered me, and you said that you were going to handle it. So whatever become of any of that?
That was not we didn't conduct an investigation into the complaint you were making. There were a lot of things you were talking about, and there was nothing that we saw here that we but if you are making a accusation that you want an investigation done by law enforcement, through law enforcement, then, if you already talked to the supervisor at I believe the sheriff's office, Los Angeles Sheriff's Office, or you, I probably would have contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for them to investigate your claims.
Well, everybody's pointed their finger back to the electoral account. I mean, to your office, SAO8.
Right, we prosecute cases, right? You understand that? So we don't initiate investigations to investigate those claims. That's not what we do here at this office. You have agencies, you have the actual police agencies that are charged with going out and conducting investigations and doing with the state attorneys. And then once they complete their findings, they bring them to the office of the state attorney for prosecution and see if there's any evidence of that.
I don't know, Mr. Lloyd. I'm going to tell you like this here. I've lost a lot of public, a lot of faith that I had in my public officials. The shit that's happened, and I'm going to speak frank. Anybody just stand out there in front of the district attorney's office wanted attention, and y'all know what I want. I want y'all to file charges against those cops because they're not going to file charges against themselves because that's counter to the cause. Now, those boys were supposedly told to me the reason that y'all didn't take actions because they were part of the federal drug task force called HIDA, and I researched that thoroughly and contacted the DEA on several levels, and they have made the disclaimer that that was not their people, and so therefore they fall under the state law, and I want them charged. And everything is being documented. All this, I'm a lay person. I'm not supposed to be able to do anything that a lay person isn't. The things that I'm going through on this matter are not acceptable. And every road is led back to y'all, to SAO8.
Again, I can only tell you we prosecute cases here, sir. I mean, so if you're making a complaint about an officer, they have internal affairs. If they don't do it, then you can request that they do it through the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They can conduct it, but that's because they have, under the Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission, that's what they're governed by under Section 943, which I believe that's what you're complaining about. This was unwitnessed and occurred while she was on Walmart.
I just don't understand the exactness of the matter that I brought it to y'all's attention, and y'all can file charges because I've been told that y'all can.
Sir, you're right. We can file charges.
And the internal affairs this is what maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you can explain this to me, but I was explained that internal affairs is for the police, and I don't have any business there. They're not part of the process. They're not part of the actual flow chart. I had discrepancies with them. They said, and I went all through. I had to wait till I stabilized in my housing position and all that, and I come forward with all this. and now's the time's running down because it was May 26, 2020, and it's 2 years. So what I'm going to do, because everything has come back on y'all, everything has been referred back to you all. I went through the DEA thing, all this, that, and the third, and alleviated all these other causes. I'm going to take out charges on y'all for not doing your job, for breaking the law. Because you know an offense occurred. You know an offense occurred.
Mr. Colonel, let me explain it again. We prosecute cases that have been investigated by law enforcement agencies. If you're making a complaint against somebody, a criminal complaint that you want investigated, I direct you to the agencies that investigate the complaints. And then
You're telling me after all this that I've been through? Oh yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize, Mr. Lloyd. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you. I don't. I promise you that.
So once there's a complaint, they bring the complaint divided to us. Now, internal affairs is one layer, and the next layer will be the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Okay, because you're saying that somebody violates a criminal statute that needs to be prosecuted, but for it to be prosecuted, they investigate it and get the findings to the prosecutor's office. That's us.
Well, nobody's done any of that. I come to y'all's investigators, and I come to you, and I told y'all I had no interest in talking to the sheriff's department. I'm a lay person. I've done all my due diligence, and I'm just telling you, maybe you can coordinate the activity for me because I've spun my wheels so hard in every effort.
You do realize that this office covers 6 counties in this region.
And if the law enforcement officers in the field, those deputies, hold on, let me make a statement. I just want to make one statement. And if those deputies, because this is just a microplasm of the observed events that's going on, if those deputies, that's how they conduct business in the field, in Holly Heights, of all places, and that's how the business is conducted, then Jesus Christ, we need to really dig into this.
So that's what I'm telling you. That's why you go through the proper steps of going through the internal affairs, then going to FDLE, because you're having a problem with the deputies that respond to that particular area. You can certainly meet with the sheriff and talk to him. Hey, let's have a conversation with the undersheriff. But then what you're saying is, we only have so many investigators. We have lawyers here at this office, not the investigators are different than lawyers file from cases that are prosecuting currently. Not new cases, not something that you want investigated, because we don't have that kind of.
I understand you don't have that capability, but I understand what you're saying. Your resources, I understand the shortage of resources available. I understand that. But these are the law enforcement officers and how they conduct business, and this is the top cop office. I mean, for a layperson,
Have you been to the sheriff?
I've been up and down with the GPD. I won't go out to the ASO.
Have you been to the sheriff?
I'm scared to go out there to the ASO, but I've dropped enough videos and I've done enough FOIAs. I just won't go out there and file no complaint because I'm scared of what happened to me out there is not safe for me.
I would ask you to talk to the sheriff or go to the county commission who funds the sheriff's office.
I've been to the county board of county commissioners, and they kind of outlined. I've been to the legal office of the board of county commissioners, and they outlined this was what I needed to do, and that was the actual course of action I took. And they directed me towards you. Because they explained to me that the sheriff's department belongs to them, but they don't operate it, is basically the comprehension, the takeaway I got from that. And that's why whenever I went out there in front of your office. I went to your office.
So you do understand what we do here is prosecute the cases that proceed from law enforcement?
Right. I just understand your authoritative position that you're the top cop. I'm just using lay terms. I'm sorry if I'm disrespectful.
The state attorney is the top law enforcement officer in the circuit in which he prosecutes the cases that are brought to him by law enforcement agencies. That could be the FBI, the DEA, FWC, FHP, District Police, Santa Fe Police, Gable Police, a lot of
Well, I've been to the Gainesville Police Department, and I've done a records request on Officer Rodriguez. He was the fifth one. He was from the GPD. That's why they said y'all wouldn't handle it because of the federal task force. Anyway, long story short, I've been there. Nothing was done. Nothing. I even double check. I'm not an expert at this. I'm a lay person. I was somebody that observed some things that should never have flown, and I've been actively pursuing this as hard as I can go. And it's definitely it's disgusting all the runaround that I've received, and even by your office. And I do appreciate you taking the time and effort to call me, but I mean I'm just at the same spot. It's just like the day after the event happened. I'm no closer to a fruition. It's just, I'm just telling you like this here, Mr. Lloyd. I've done all I can do except for go out there. Oh, I've been entertained. They've pulled up and said, "Hey, go out there and fill out the complaint." And I'm not going out there because that's not the place for me to be. And I've even and just to demonstrate now, I'm not trying to play words on you or anything like that, but just to demonstrate, I have actually FOIA'd those officers' names through their department, through ASO, and asked them to, watch the videotape and all that, and they've rendered me that back. That FOIA request complete, or records request. It might not be a FOIA, but you know what I'm talking about. And they've done all that, and they've never acknowledged that I mean, they're supposed to act with some kind of integrity whenever infractions of the law. Now, it's very important to me that these officers be removed from duty, that they committed felonies. Everyone was complicit with the other. They did not handle justice. They lied on the camera, and I'm not interested in anything civil, sir. I'm on disability. Oh yeah, and their words can't count in court.
Wait, so out of fairness, and this is how the criminal justice process works, are they not allowed to have due process?
Oh, I understand the due process, and that's what I was trying to get at the whole time, and I've not. It's unapproachable.
But in order for them to have due process, you gotta file a complaint so they can be aware, so they can be investigated properly. Because there's something called that we deal with. There's something called the Police Bill of Rights.
Okay, can I ask you one question? And I'm not trying to trap you off. I'm not, trying to. Okay, are they not bound by law that if they know that something occurred, are they not bound by law to investigate it themselves? Because I've called her for FOIAs and all that stuff about.
No, but see, here's the thing. You're right. They investigate, but they have a complaint to investigate. Just because somebody, you got to realize, just because someone says something here, it can be doctored. It can be, there's a lot of things they go through to make sure that there's credibility in their investigation. And that's what
I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Lloyd. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to call these people up because I'm scared of them. And I don't want no police showing up in my house arresting me because I overstepped the lines because I don't know nothing about the fucking law. You hear me? I don't know nothing about it, and that's why I don't play with it, get into any of these courtrooms, try and do anything like that because I have negative knowledge of any of it. But I'm going to call them. And I'm still got time. It's within the 2 years. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to file this complaint over the phone because I'm scared to go down there And I'm not breaking the law. I haven't broken the law, and I'm just scared. I've gotten a lot of pushback. I got social workers show up in my house. It's all documented on my YouTube channel. I've had to switch to all this because of this situation. But anyway, I'm gonna follow your advice, sir. And I'm gonna call down there. But please don't let them come get me. It's the fear that they put in you is real. You know what I'm saying? They're very intimidating. Anyway, I'm gonna call down there. That's why I never went down there. That's why I haven't grabbed up 5 of my friends or anything like that to go down there, because these people are intimidating, and I don't belong there because I don't know how to operate in that form. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do like you said. But I have not received any kind of extension of any kind of gratitude. I mean, of any kind of confirmation that they would do anything. But I'll do this. I'll do this. I'm going to take this step. And I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm going to go ahead and cross this barrier. I'm going to breach this obstacle. And I'm going to call them and file a complaint over the phone with them. And I understand you're busy. I'm just saying, to me, that if these people were operating out there with no concern to anything, then oh my God. And this is just one instance. How many calls they take a day? And I was threatened to be arrested, and I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. But anyway, and I was coerced out of there against my will. And if that's the way things are here, then these people don't belong testifying in court. They're felons, just like any other felon, because they committed a felony. And I got the evidence of it. It's just a crying shame that I've had to work this hard to get it processed. But I'm going to call these people. I'm going to get out your hair, Mr. Lloyd. I hope you have a great weekend. And I don't mean to tie up any resources. And thank you for your time and effort calling me. I'm going to call as soon as I get off the phone. All right. Thank you.
Okay.